Hello, everyone. Welcome to the webinar. I see from the chat that we have a lot of people joining from different parts of the world. Uh, Veronica, are you ready? So today we have Veronica with us. She's a senior account manager at Outbrain or Outbrain Direct Response. Like you guys know better how the branding has changed recently, but excited to have everyone here. And please, guys, like at the end of the session, we're gonna take a few questions. So keep them coming. And yeah, please, Veronica, introduce yourself. In the meantime, we will go to the agenda and get things started.
Sure. Hi, guys. I'm Veronica. I'm a senior account manager at Outbrain, direct response now, part of TEEDS. So it's a long one. I've been at Outbrain for 4 years now. And yeah, just excited to kind of start the session.
For some reason, I'm not hearing anything. I might have an issue with sound. Give me a
This is
second, guys.
great timing.
I'm not hearing anything.
Oh, no.
I don't hear myself. that's the
no.
thing, and I don't hear Veronica. Okay, this happens. All right, pretty quickly, while I figure out the audio issue, please let me go pretty quickly over the agenda, and then Veronica can take it from here, and I can figure out what's going on with my audio. So pretty quickly today, we will try to stay on point and on focus on things that matter to you guys. We're gonna talk about what updates. What has changed with Outbrain or what has changed in the industry, so that you guys can better optimize and how it affects your overall campaigns and approach. We're going to talk about trending verticals, and Veronica is going to show some creatives. We're going to talk about testing, bidding strategies. We're going to talk about post-click funnel optimization, something that we don't talk a lot. And honestly, like from my point of view and from what I've seen around, that kind of resets the whole optimization approach. It kind of forces you to go a step back and rethink how the optimization is being managed on your campaigns. And at the same time, we're going to talk about soft conversions. What are those? Why they are important for Outbrain? And also, we're going to talk about tracking, like what are the important pieces of the tracking and why should we care about what we're going to talk later today. And last but not least, we're going to talk about advanced campaign scaling and optimization strategies and best practices, which practically top users and buyers on Outbrain are using. And then we will conclude with a live Q&A. But please, let me share the stage with Veronica now. Please, Veronica, feel free to share your screen. I will put it on stage, and you can take it from here. All right.
Are we good? Yeah, okay. I guess Lozit can't hear anyways. We're going to talk a little bit about who we are. I believe most of you know quite a lot about Outbrain, or at least heard. But it's important to kind of talk a little bit about who we are and what we do. The agenda is going to be basically introduction and then product updates. We're going to talk a little bit about trending verticals, geos and creatives, testing and scale. I know everyone wants to hear about that, and soft conversions and tracking. So let's dive right into it. So who are we and what we do? Outbrain Direct Response is a native advertising platform that connects performance advertisers with premium publishers across the open web. Ads appear inside advertorials and editorials, and not social feeds. It operates at massive scale with billions of monthly impressions across news, lifestyle, tech, and finance sites. What makes us different is that we basically build everything. The whole system is built for conversion goals and not just traffic. So optimization is powered by predictive algorithms that learn from real post-click behavior. So this is perfectly tailored for conversion-oriented customers. The system optimizes towards CPA, ROAS, or custom events, and obviously not vanity metrics that matter mostly for brands. Your ads show up on premium publishers like Fox, CNN, MSN, Bild, the Sky News, and other major regional news brands. Placements are contextual, and brand safety is kind of the default here. Users are in a reading mindset. This is really important. And they're not scroll fatigued, unlike on social. So let's talk a little bit about the updates because we have a lot of them, and I believe you will be very excited to hear about them. Let's talk a little bit about the updates to automatic conversion bidding system. And I'm also going to mention the existing automatic conversion bidding systems because to kind of refresh this knowledge. So there is a mode called New Target CPA. It eliminates the need for budget adjustments. It is really good if you have a set CPA goal and at least 10 conversions per campaign per day. Once you're seeing the desired performance, consider slightly raising the target CPA within 20% or so, and increase the daily spend. It goes back 7 days, and basically you don't need to manually increase and decrease budgets every time. One of the newest additions to updated CBS is new target ROAS. It eliminates budget adjustments as well. Our enhanced algorithm spends the maximum amount we can while hitting the ROAS over 7 days, eliminating the need to manually increase and decrease budgets to drive results. It predicts conversion value per auction. Once the algorithm gets enough conversions, about 20 per day, it applies an additional layer of optimization predicting each auction's conversion value and fitting the right CPC for it. Here, it's important to make sure that if you don't have 7+ conversions per day with your budget, just run on max conversions. And if you still want to run on this mode, then what you can do is run on upper funnel conversions as the targeted ones, assuming that there is a strong correlation between the conversions, obviously. Because if you are optimizing for something that is not necessarily the final conversion, it could get a bit messy. And maximize conversions. This is a very well-known mode. And it's a right choice when you're launching a new geo, a new offer, when you're testing, if you're doing a new creative set and need algorithm to learn fast. It also matters that you have a healthy flow of conversions. Otherwise, it's going to be based on guesses. And your main goal is growth, lead volume, or getting enough data to later move to target CPA. How these new CBS modes differ is the new target CPA, you can increase target CPA early during the day. In the new target ROAS, decrease during both early during the day, just so they can get momentum going. The strategy is to bring 7 to 10 conversions and then evaluate CPA and TCPA. And then for new target ROAS, it spends $700 a day at least, right, to get enough conversions for predictions that evaluates target ROAS, and adjusts spend according to that. Number of needed conversions here in both modes, I would recommend at least 5 to 10. In new target ROAS, I would say 7+ would be the minimum. So this is definitely not something that would be okay kind of without a lot of conversions. You will need them. There's another really very exciting new feature that we have. It's called section traffic volume control. And basically what it gives you is full control of where you want to spend your money. So it will basically be directing your budget to specific sections or publishers that you want. Basically, if you see that Fox News homepage is performing amazingly for you, and you want to get as much of that publisher as possible, then all you need to do is you need to click on the blue button saying "Bring me more." Or if you want to just increase it a little bit and scale it a little bit, then you can just click on slightly scale. If you want less of a publisher section, you can just go with slightly decrease. This basically offers you really full control. It reduces exposure to underperforming traffic, and of course, it's automated, which is, I think, a huge deal, because before we had semi-manual that would allow pretty much the same thing, but it was very manual and kind of tedious work. And now you are able to do this basically automatically in an automatic mode. The one thing that I will say, it requires 300+ clicks, and you need to be mindful and kind of also give it some time to start working, at least a couple of days. Okay. As we all know, and I believe that this is kind of the buzz in the industry now, that the consumer journey is no longer linear. So we want to meet our consumers, our users, our readers everywhere, right? So the consumer is, in the morning, they're reading the news. Then later during the day, they go to play a game on Sony PlayStation, and then they watch live sports, and then they watch some weather predictions. And so we want to meet the user wherever they go, and kind of cross device. So with our merger with Teads, we are able to also introduce this new amazing feature, CTV performance. This is really top-notch inventory, and if you watch TV and you have a smart TV, then you know how much exposure such inventory gets. Also, the big news is that here you can also track your conversions and retarget past site visitors to drive conversions. Again, very excited about this, and I believe this is going to be the next best thing, the next big thing for performance. Okay, let's talk a little bit about trending verticals and geos. Top trending verticals are, I would say, even like profiled, right? Lead gen finance, education, insurance, home services. These are all lead gen examples. E-commerce with mid to high average order value works amazingly on Outbrain. Health and lifestyle, it performs mainly well because Outbrain direct response does very well where products require consideration and building of trust and so on. Top trending geos: United States, the DACH region, which is Germany, Switzerland, and Austria. Japan is, very trending right now. UK, France. I would say that my huge recommendation to a lot of my clients is to, start with a geo that you know, possibly will focus your kind of invest your efforts in, because starting everywhere is very, very difficult. And also, a lot of time will go there. So, I really recommend starting in one geo and then slowly, expanding to other geos as well. Top trending ads. So there is one thing I would say, maybe you guys can see from the arrows that I put here. There's one thing, or even three things that these ads have in common. So as you can see, they all have clear and customized messaging. This means that, you know, it's not some generic statement. Headlines are framed as insights. For example, British parents say that this 29-pound toy pop is the best purchase they made. I'm a parent. I know if I see a headline like this, I will click. And performance storytelling, also very important. The headlines are framed as insights, and they are kind of directed to almost like a person. They kind of mention also a pain point usually. And so you can see, we're going to solve this problem for you. We know we got your back kind of attitude, right? Um, and I also think that it's really important to customize your language. We at Outbrain it's available feature for us to use dynamic titles. So definitely something to keep in mind. And if an ad is telling me that something is happening exactly in my city, for people of my age, of course I'm going to click, because this is something that kind of is directed to me, right? Personally. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the do's and don'ts of content and creatives. So, as we said already, customize the ad as much as possible. Use our city, region, and weekday dynamic titles to customize the ad as much as possible. It's really important. Tap into user pain points. Very, very important. Provide a clear solution. Use curiosity, but do not clickbait, because in the end, moderate curiosity converts better long term. And extreme clickbait hurts conversion quality. And this is essentially just counterproductive for you. Match ads to the landing pages, messaging that matches both on the ad and the landing page. The bounce rate is lower, and of course it creates trust, and the conversions are of course of better quality. And I cannot emphasize this more. Test, test, test. More creative input will help the algorithm learn faster and stabilize CPA sooner. But this is true about everything. Just test everything. It is super important. The don'ts, obviously, don't overpromise. Misleading ads spike CTR, and people will click on your ad, but then eventually the conversion rate will drop. Don't overload images with text, because keep in mind it's a small ad usually, and so you don't, especially when it's on the mobile, most of the users will not see it. Um, don't use generic stock photos, because just overused imagery gets ignored, and it's just kind of like common sense, but you will be surprised how many people do that. Don't pause too early. Early data is noisy and often not statistically meaningful. This basically means that a lot of the times you will start the day with one ad, in the lead in terms of CTR and CPC and everything. And then, a lot of people are like, oh no, this is, these ads underperform, I'm going to turn them off. But early data is really noisy. So please give it a little bit of time and see if the trend continues. And of course, another don't overdo it with AI. It looks tacky and also kind of cartoonish a lot of the times. So try to use it with restraint and wisely. Test.
Amazing. Shall we keep the testing for later?
Sure,
Because
sure.
yeah, so thank you, Veronica. So before moving to the testing, according to our schedule, we have to go a bit on the post-click funnel optimization, which includes the testing and kind of follows the same flow. So what we see often is that people use affiliate network provided advertorials and landing pages that are somehow managed by someone else, but that is not the best case, and that's not the one thing that you want to do, because by the end of the day you will have someone else's pixel there, or you will be forced, or you will deal with compliance pretty slow. Like, someone else has to make the changes, someone else has to make the decisions whether they want to change it or not. So definitely put your own landing pages, and on top of it you'll be able to track everything properly and everything the right way. So don't stick to affiliate network landing pages. Then besides it, some important other details, just like Veronica mentioned earlier. um, Use the dynamic callouts. Like the dynamic callouts are really important, especially on the key points, or the key uh, areas of your page, because it might help improve the click-through rate. Like on average it might improve by 8 and 26%, which is really, really beneficial. And by the end of the day, you're paying for those clicks. Make sure that you maximize your landing page engagement and click-through rate. So these are all, like, we know that the ad serves the purpose of buying the click, but you have to sell it really, really well on the landing page. So make the perceived personal relevance really important there, and really stick on the page. Then we have the dynamic sticky call to actions. Like, sometimes we know that long form advertorials work pretty well, but also at the same time we understand that today's everyday attention span is really low. Like, people get distracted. Like, there is videos, there is sounds, like there is something happening where in the area where someone is living. So make sure to show, or to add a sticky call to action or dynamic call to action, which sticks at the bottom or at the top. Like, I personally prefer the bottom because it's more clickable, which shows at like 25-30% of the landing page. Like, it's really important and really adds up a lot into the landing page click-through rate and conversion rate. Like, even if the conversion rate initially might look that is declining, like more in a sense of I sent more clicks to the offer, and it didn't convert more, at least in a first impression. Pay close attention to the EPC. So if your EPC is improving, it's definitely doing its job. The next thing to test is definitely the hero image, like testing stuff like informational versus lifestyle, or playing around with the image on the head on the hero section of the landing page might actually help you get the people better engaged on the landing page, and make them stick to the landing page better, and also follow to the next steps of the funnel. This one is something that before was slow, used to cost quite a lot of money, especially for those that weren't good with copy. But these days, especially with the help of AI, it's really easy to test different perspective. Like, we know that we on native we're fishing in a sea where there are different types of people, like different types of behaviors, different types of interests. So testing a landing page, let's say from an insider authority type of landing page, like we have in this example here. Like, we have a former doctor that used to work in a public service, in a public service provider, and then someone else telling their own story. Like changing the perspective can actually help you move the story or make the article more appealing to someone else, which is really really important. And sometimes you may want to A/B test the perspective behind the specific ad or on separate campaigns. Like you will be surprised how the performance changes on some publishers, or even if you want, like there are some guys which with the help of the account managers are pre-approving two specific perspectives, and then they are rotating based on sites. So with the tracker you can rotate the article perspective on the site that is performing best, so you know that your funnel is well optimized, or you can split the campaigns and handle it separately. Else, like visualizing the product in use is generally present but not always. Like this is really important, especially for those who have who are afraid that okay, that product is going to take I don't know, a lot of effort to be used. Like for instance, like I bought a treadmill a few months ago, but honestly I've never used not never but not really used it as much as I should have used it. So practically showing the product in use, especially if the product is easy to use, is really really important. So definitely at that section, it takes really, really a few minutes, especially these days with AI. So don't skip on that. And of course, on top of these tests, it's worth testing, like adding a reading time on the article, so the article feels more like an informational type of article rather than an advertorial, or link to public resources like Wikipedia, NIH, PubMed, etc. Like I used to see this being done a lot more back in the days, but not that much recently. Like I know that this is a tricky thing to be done, but if done properly and if you frame the copy in the right way, you can still do it, and you can still leverage from the credibility of public resources. Testing with comments and without comments, or if you're doing any sort of any sort of funnels where you collect your leads, definitely collect the leads yourself. You can still remonetize them. We've talked about this over the few weeks in our other sessions. So definitely pass the data or pre-populate the data to the next to your affiliate network, especially if they are okay with it. And by the end of the day, like saying these things, it's easy. Doing these things is a different thing. So it's easier said than done. So to make things easier when done, definitely go for a system that helps you manage landing pages and manage your funnel easily. Like with Lender Lab, for those that you don't know, we offer an AI landing page builder which helps you create landing pages and full-blown funnels in a matter of minutes. Like we did tests a few weeks ago on a live test. We managed to create a quiz funnel in under 10 minutes, and we created a full-blown advertorial, much better than what we see on around like with in under 2 minutes. So definitely focus on those stuff, and make sure that you're leveraging AI these days. If not, you're going to be left behind, and you're leaving money on the table practically. So before moving to the next steps, like Veronica, help me if I'm on track with our agenda. So shall we go first to the testing and scaling that you started, and then we move to the tracking and why it's important? What do you think? You're muted.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
All right. Please share your screen, and I'll put it
Yes.
on stage, and we take it from there.
Okay. Can you guys see it?
Yes.
Perfect.
It's on
So
stage.
testing and scaling. So there are the strategy is basically that we always need to be testing, and only after the testing we scale. The goal is basically that you build something that works for you. It needs to be something realistic. And I recommend kind of working with a system, testing the system also, and then seeing if it works for you. The goal is basically a testing system that finds winners fast, then scales, and then maintains CPA and a ROAS. So test campaigns for learning. Testing campaigns are usually one geo, one offer, one conversion event. I would keep signals clean. One ad set concept, usually that means angle. So, for example, it could be, I don't know, shoes for, losing weight, or shoes for keeping stable, something like that, right? So, in this case, you will have an angle that has a different price, problem solution, a comparison, a guide. So the angle is kind of very clear, and you're testing something very specific. Launch with 4 to 6 ads per concept. This is usually enough variety for the algo to learn. And there is a pro tip here. You want enough budget to generate a few conversions per concept, so per day, obviously. So if you starve your campaign, not only it will not bring you enough conversions, but it will also most probably mislead you, because you will be basing your decisions and your kind of assumptions on things that are not necessarily true. So we need enough data to make our decisions. And scaling campaigns, increase budgets or create new campaigns. Both methods work very well on Outbrain direct response. We know that this is, some people prefer it this way, some people prefer it that way, and then some people decide that they're, going with both of the methods. Ads supporting conversions. Obviously, this is super important. Supporting conversions are kind of breadcrumbs that lead the person to the final conversion. And we know that final conversions are usually very hard to come by, so we want to lead the algo in the right direction. Expand by new publisher lists, new sections, new geos, then of course new offers. Of course, discuss with your account manager whether or not you should be expanding to new publishers or new sections. Keep a control set of winning creatives always running. This is really, really important, because if you don't, then if you start kind of testing in well-running, successful campaigns, then you're turning that campaign again into a testing campaign, and we don't want that. We want to maintain scale. And pro tip from me: optimize the conversion rate, not for CTR. CTR is important, but you want, as a performance marketer, you want to optimize for conversion rate. CTR matters for a very specific reason. What really matters for you is conversion rate. And of course, I cannot not mention number one mistake: over optimizing. This is a huge mistake. People sometimes, they tell me, oh, this campaign has been running for 5 hours. Should we start optimizing? Please don't. This is really important. Let the algorithm learn. Let the algorithm do its thing. It's just really, really important that you don't over-optimize. Give it a couple of days. Okay, scaling pro tips. Of course, double down on successful campaigns. This is super important. Split successful campaigns by geos, devices, and operating systems. Increase the budgets 25% daily, and upload new campaigns frequently. Please monitor your KPIs at all times, obviously. Again, sounds very obvious. And 5 to 6 new creatives every 2 weeks. That's something that will keep your campaign from getting ad fatigue, and also will kind of feed it some new energy. Losit, is it okay that we continue with soft conversions, or you want to share some?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Soft conversions and tracking. Why do they matter so much? So soft conversions are essentially extra signals, right? They're micro action that happen before the main conversion happens. So it can be view content, scroll depth, add to cart, start checkout, lead form started, and so on. They give the algo more data than waiting only for the final purchase signal, right? So essentially, you are giving the algo more signals without essentially paying for them, right? So you are making a kind of a learning journey without having to add essentially more money for it. And pro tip is use our 3 automatic engagement conversions that are enabled immediately when you have a pixel on your page. So this is something that we saw that people were kind of a little bit kind of, you needed to be a bit tech savvy to start, making like specific events, especially if it's like server to server. It's like a bit complicated. And of course, if you use our automatic engagement conversions, which is, I think, scroll depth, time on page, and mouse click, which are, I mean, great. So you can use them as soft conversions and you don't need to think about anything else and kind of overcomplicate things. And last but not least, super important, tracking matters. Tracking quality is everything. If events are missing, duplicated, delayed, firing on the wrong action, the algo learns the wrong lesson. So bad tracking, it literally equals the system optimizes inefficiently. So because the algorithm learns from your event data, every conversion event is training data. Clean tracking teaches us that teaches it that it's a good user. This is what good user looks like, and broken teaches it nonsense, like literally absolutely no sense. So we want obviously to teach our algorithm right from the beginning, and as much as your tracking is on track, pun intended, you will definitely be able to, make decisions and also just track your conversions correctly and, see whether or not a specific publisher is bringing you good traffic that converts, essentially. So
Yeah,
cannot overemphasize this. Tracking matters.
yeah. Let's go quickly over a quick summary, and I've included a few examples here. Like, of course, like with tracking, like there are two types of affiliates. At least these have been like forever. Those who don't use tracking at all and have no idea what tracking is, and that's something that we have to live with. So they generally hire someone externally, or they generally use the pixels. But using pixels is generally a bit tricky because with new browsers policies and stuff like that, it might become tricky. So why we need a tracker is because we can go down the funnel, we can go really deep, we can implement a server-to-server postbacks, we can implement conversion APIs, and we can track section, publisher, ad, or even additional levels of the traffic deep, really in the traffic of the visitor, and understand what conditions or what environment was the client that was interacting with our page. On top of it, with Clickfair these days, which is our tracking solution, you can engage AI to help you analyze the data. Like you can simply talk to it and say like, "Hey, give me my top performing publishers," or "Give me my worst performing publishers." We have a built-in tag management functionality that can really go into the scroll depth feature, and you can still leverage AI to analyze the data. So instead of you trying to scratch your head and trying to run the numbers, these days is really, really easy. And on top of it, if we're going to an example like this, like practically, if we're looking in an e-commerce flow, like the user clicks on an ad, it goes to an advertorial, then clicks on a product page, checkouts the page, goes to the first thank you page, which is combined with an upsell, and then goes to a second thank you page, which is combined maybe with some freemiums or with some stuff. So each step of the funnel, if you can feed that in to Outbrain, which if you're doing it with pixels might not be that easy, but with a tracker, especially something a tracker that has a built-in tag management and is capable of transforming all the signals into a server-to-server postback, you can easily manage and you can easily post the data back to Outbrain, so Outbrain can optimize towards those data. And especially with a new target ROAS campaign, if you have a product that, I don't know, like it has a CPA of 100 or 150 dollars, you can easily run the target ROAS, which you can give like $1,000 a day daily budget. It will go up to $700 a day bare minimum to give you that required CPA or that required ROAS, and then you can feed in all the upsells. So whoever is coming with an upsell, whoever is coming with an additional order, you can easily feed that in, and Outbrain can understand what's the average order value for your funnel, what's the average order value on a specific publisher or on another publisher. So you can really feed quality data to the platform, as opposed to fighting with the platform or fighting with the algorithm, like why it's not converting and this works, this doesn't work. Like these days, it's all about data. So if you feed the right data, you're able to make it. And of course, in the testing process, just like Veronica was mentioning, like run 4 to 6 ads. Like I know a lot of guys like to push like 10 to 15 ads, but doesn't seem to be the case anymore. So I personally like to go with 4 ads, or generally keep it really tight in terms of ads, and then launch new creatives and on new campaigns. This easily helps us understand why a specific set of creatives is working and why not. So definitely go with more campaigns, and then add on existing campaigns whatever campaign is making it over the first 7 days, which is showing good potential and is showing potential for becoming a winner. Then in every 2 weeks, add at least 2 or 4 creatives. Like if the creatives are or the main creatives are below than 3, add new ones, or even if they are not below than 3, add new ones, because they might become the champions of the campaign. So definitely add new creatives. And unlike Veronica, I prefer the active optimization. So if I'm starting the campaign now, I'm gonna start optimizing now. Like I don't care what the algorithm says. Like we can argue all day long here, but
We
if
can
my
agree to
campaign,
disagree, Lasse.
what? Sorry.
Let's agree to disagree.
Yeah. So if my take on this is, if the campaign is starting with going for the lowest cost possible, it might easily get into those publishers where nobody is bidding. So with that in mind, I would like to get rid of that traffic, especially if it's not working for everyone. But try not to be very aggressive with it. Like make it data driven. Like look at the funnel engagement. And I'm not saying like kill everything that is not working. Like no, kill everything that is not engaging with your funnel. Like if you're getting a 15% landing page click-through rate, and you're expecting a conversion on $5 of ad spend, like you're expecting a miracle to happen. Like don't approach it like that. Use data and use a logical flow. And then when it comes to testing creatives, when you go to Outbrain, you have a nice interface where you launch all the campaigns. You can check all the stuff there. But if you want to launch in bulk and you want to really split the creatives across multiple campaigns on the optimizer, we have a really powerful CSV launcher, which helps you launch multiple campaigns in one go. Like last week, we had one client that did like 1,500 campaigns on one of the networks that we integrate with. It was in one go. So it's really easy. Like once you figure out the first targeting settings, it's really easy to go. And to feed the new creatives, you can easily go from there, like especially if you're having multiple ad accounts. Then in terms of optimization, like I know this. I know that the new algorithm does a lot of work on its own, but definitely, especially in the case of early stage of the campaign, if your campaign has spent at least 2 times the pay, publisher has, or a section has spent 2 times the payout, and the publisher is not performing with in terms of landing page click rate, like you have less than 15% or 10%. Like don't take 15% as a golden or as a rule of thumb, like it's generally taken, but don't take it because it depends a lot on the CPC. Run the numbers, make the calculation, and understand at what level of the CPC you would like to optimize. So definitely consider that you can go by 2 times or 4 times the average offer payout as a minimum spend threshold. Then, in terms of pausing a campaign that is not performing, especially in the case when you're launching multiple campaigns, definitely go and take into consideration how the performance has changed over time. Like this is something that is really important because the campaign is going to start really bad on day one, and that's something that we all expect. But as the days go by, like let the campaign run bare minimum for 3 days, but that's not enough yet. So run it between 5 to 7 days, and then if by day 7 or day 6 the campaign hasn't improved, or you are not seeing any improvement of the campaign, then shut it down, of course, because it's not working. Like maybe something is off, like the ads might be off, or the funnel might be broken, or something is off with the actual offer or the funnel. So definitely look at the day to day performance. Um, you can lower the target CPA. Like I used to suggest this rule a lot, like lowering the target CPA by 5% every day. Try it, play around with it, play around with the algorithm. Like a lot of things have changed, but a lot of things have to be tested. Like something that I like and I see from successful media buyers doing is playing around with the algorithm, not actually fighting it, but playing it nudging it. Like, okay, the algorithm says do this, let's do something on the opposite side. How does it react? If it reacts well, why not? If it doesn't, then revert it, remove it, and keep going to the next one. And last but not least, in terms of scaling, I know we don't agree here again, but besides the budget increasing, duplicate the campaigns like no other native ad network. I would definitely go with duplicating campaigns with Outbrain. Like this has been working forever, at least over the past few years. It's still working to this day. I see people still leveraging it. There is some logic behind not cloning them, but I would say screw it, clone it. If it works, leverage it and take advantage of it. Like why not? Like you know that you can still do it. And yeah, like what's your take on this, Veronica?
I think in the end, I think the best thing that you can do is probably if you do decide to duplicate and kind of horizontally scale, let's say, right? Not necessarily by adding budget or by adding completely new campaigns. Change something in your settings. It can be a publisher list. It can be a new operating system. You know, it can be you can change something and it will be already something new, and you are also seeing some additional insights. So even if you are deciding to clone or to duplicate, I would suggest at least the bare minimum you can do is at least change the creatives.
Nice, nice, nice. And I think we are approaching the end. In terms of let's go over some questions. I think we have some questions here. Let me remove this and let's make it conversational, guys. So there is a question that I can. There are questions that I can feature on stage. So we have one from Mark, which says, "What is the mid to high AOV that is mentioned for ecom? Can you give a dollar figure?"
So I would say from, let's say, $25 on. That's probably, yeah, like 20, even 20 and on. I would say that the really cheap e-commerce stuff is going to be a little bit difficult to manage the ROI.
Nice. Next one from Chris. Um, I guess it's an R, the first one. Auto soft conversions. What do you recommend to add to a campaign? Mouse click, scroll depth, time on site.
So they're all good. It also depends what you are interested in. So, for example, If you want click out, like to another page, let's say you're on the pre-lander and you want the user to land on the page, then I would recommend mouse click. If, for example, if we're talking about I don't know, home improvement, for example, then scroll depth is important because it kind of shows you whether or not the person who's on your page actually read the whole thing, or he just saw the price and decided to go ahead with it, right? So we want different things for different users and different funnels. I would say mouse click is the more conventional.
Nice, nice. Next one. Okay, a guy launched 1,500 native campaigns. Yes, it was in one day. It was like this guy does these launches like twice a week, sometimes
Okay.
once a week, sometimes twice a week, because they go like by Mondays, so they have the whole week. They have the whole week ahead. They do this, so it's a different approach. Like the guys that do this, in my opinion, are stressing the system. So they're trying to get the best out of the system. Like this used to be done quite a lot in the arbitrage space, not necessarily the search arb, like more on the content arb
Yeah,
space, but they're
exactly.
trying to trick the system. So definitely something worth, like you don't have to launch 1,500, of course. Like it depends a lot on the cash flow, but definitely test launching multiple campaigns, because that might show some surprising results. The next one, how should we go about getting an account manager at Outbrain? Like you have one on stage, you can contact Veronica, you can reach out. Like what's the deal with account managers, Veronica?
So account managers are usually paired with more strategic clients. We really take pride in our account managers. I think, honestly, I mean, I know that I'm not being modest, but we are the best.
Nice.
um, so everyone wants an account manager, of course. If you are showing potential, if you have an interesting product, if you already have proven record with other systems, like it could be Meta or Google or whatever, we usually pair you up with an account manager. And of course, once you have an account manager, it's a totally new game. You can get our feedback on a lot of things. You can decide, together you can brainstorm on publisher lists, on geos that are trending, where to put your money. Obviously, much more feedback from our content managers, because compliance is very, very important to us. So yeah, a lot. Just you're getting a lot more with an account manager, and if you have any interest in starting something big, then contact us.
Nice. We have one long question. Let me put it on big letters, even though I have my glasses on. So if I want to hit top of the funnel just for awareness, then launching a campaign with a number of ads, with X number of ads, versus hitting the bottom of the funnel and get conversions with X number of ads. How it differs with number of assets in both cases. Really long sentence.
Yeah, I'm not following. I'm sorry. So it means that you're trying to compare apples and oranges, I think. Launching a campaign with X number of ads versus hitting the bottom of the funnel to get conversions with X number of ads. I'm not sure it's comparable, because one is awareness and one is
It's
bottom of
comparison.
the funnel. Yeah, I don't think it's comparable,
But
unless
like,
I'm not understanding the question, which is also possible.
or maybe you can split this on a retargeting campaign on Outbrain. Like
Yeah, yeah.
maybe it's something
Retargeting
you
is,
can
yeah,
manage with retargeting.
definitely an option for sure.
We have in the chat, because not all questions are. Uh, yeah, so we have about the vertical video. By the way, guys, can you please raise your hands? How many of you are actually running on Outbrain right now? And uh, if any of you are actually testing the new formats on Outbrain? Okay, we have Augustine that is running. Who else is running? Come on, guys. Alex. Hey, Stanislas, Chris, Olga, Tima, Matt. Nice. Nice, 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 guys. Amazing. Um, okay, so pretty quickly, Veronica, how does one get in touch with you? Like, what will happen after this webinar? So, are you guys
So let me
going to
just
provide
share.
a contact or something?
Yeah, let me just share the email of our sales team. They will, do everything. They handle all the setup. They will create an account for you, handle everything, and then they will pair you up with an account manager. And I did see a very interesting question about the vertical video.
Yep.
Uh,
Go ahead.
did you see?
Yeah, go ahead. Like, I didn't really read all the details, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So this feature is in alpha, and I saw that an available alpha. This is very, very exciting news. I did not want to share it just because it's a little bit in the works still. It's not like out for everyone, but we are very excited, and I think this is going to be a big one. It's essentially a video format that is a little bit similar to, I would say, social. And it's up to, I think, 30 seconds. So very, very kind of extensive.
Nice,
And, for performance, it's going to be a very big deal because we all know that display ads are good, but usually not very much performing. And so this one is
nice.
going to be really a game changer, I think.
Nice, nice, nice. So, pretty quick, like before we wrap it up, guys, for anyone that wants to test Outbrain or is running on Outbrain and needs an extra pair of hands, just reach out to me or reach out to our team or ping me on Telegram, and I will give you a 1 month for free of the platform for new Outbrain buyers. Also, we will assist you with setting up tracking. And setting up tracking, I mean, going in your actual funnels together, setting things up for you and with you, and also help you with setting up all the landing pages and all the funnels together to make things even easier for you. So it's today is still a good day to make money with the right tools. You can make it. So hit us up. And Veronica, please share your email, your sales team email in the chat with everyone. So anyone who's interested in getting an account, maybe they can mention that they attended our webinar and they are looking to get in touch with an account manager. And yeah, like maybe even your email or something that people can use to reach out to you, because I know that you guys are split geographically, like you
Yeah,
take accounts based on geos, but if anything, like please include something that can help everyone here get an account manager and get things rolling with Outbrain.
totally. So I'm sharing an email of one of our sales executives, Eyal. Please reach out to him.
Nice.
And because I'm not the only one working at Outbrain Direct Response, I can't promise that it's going to be me. But if you mentioned that you attended this webinar, I'm just kidding. So it's going to be, I think, super interesting next couple of months. There are a lot of new, very exciting features coming. And yeah, just excited for you. You're going to Dubai, right?
I'm not going to Dubai. Like I
You're
have a
not going.
baby coming these days. Like I'm not leaving home right now.
Okay. So, a lot of people, I'm sure, are going to
Yeah.
Dubai. So, it's going to be very exciting.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks a lot for being part of this, Veronica, and thank you everyone
Sure.
for joining.
Thanks
Really
for having me.
appreciate the feedback and really appreciate all your engagement. And you have our contacts. If something comes up even later, feel free to reach out. We will make a way to connect with each other and to provide help anyway. So let us know about anything. Thank you.
Thank you.